3, 2, 1, ready, start. The endeavor is to make the interaction experience of a senior citizen with the government organizations less stressful and more friendly and convenient, and the district magistrate, being the nodal officer, is required to synchronize and oversee what is required to be achieved in terms of Section 21 of the Act of 2007. Stop para. The duties as enumerated in Rule 21 would indicate that they are an elaboration of the object to be achieved. Stop. Section 19 to Section 22, read with Rule 21 and 22 framed under the Act, would clearly indicate that it envisages creation of a safe ecosystem for the senior citizens where they can live without stress or fear of neglect and harassment at the hands of their children, relatives, or even third parties, and yet have the comfort of realizing that their needs would be respected and understood. Stop. In case of need, the authorities would respond appropriately, implicitly recognizing the frailty which comes with age for a senior citizen parent. Stop para. Actually, in a manner, it's a test to measure how well a society has developed and progressed, and one of the indices, inter alia, how the society and the state takes care of its senior citizens, and this act is a beacon for the state to move in a positive direction to provide for the benefits of the senior citizens parent under the Act. Stop para. A reading sections 21 and 22 with rules 21 and 22 reveals that the legislature has put Rule 22 in Chapter 6 of the rules with the nomenclature protection of life and property of senior citizens, whereas the phrase protection of life and property of senior citizens is the nomenclature of Chapter 5 of the Act, and it also finds place in Rule 21 (2) Roman 1 which relates to duties of the district magistrate. Stop. Rule 22 reads Action Plan for the Protection of Life and Property of Senior Citizens. This word action plan, as used in Rule 22, is referable to Section 22 of the Act of 2007, obligating the government to prescribe a comprehensive action plan. Stop. It will be gainful to take a glance at Rule 22 of 2014, and the same reads as under. Stop. The District Superintendent of Police, and in the case of cities having Divisional Inspector General of Police, such Divisional Inspector General of Police shall take all necessary steps, subject to such guidelines as the government may issue from time to time for the protection of life, any property of senior citizens. Stop. The District Superintendent of Police shall submit to the Director General of Police and to the District Magistrate, a monthly report by the 20th of every month, about the status of crimes against senior citizens during the previous month, including progress of investigation and prosecution of registered offences, and preventive steps taken during the month, as in Annexure 6. The district magistrate shall cause the report to be placed before the district level committee constituted under Rule 24. The Director General of Police shall cause the reports submitted under clause in bracket 12 to be complied, once a quarter, and shall submit them to the government every in bracket Roman 12 bracket close to be compiled, once a quarter, and shall submit them to the government every quarter as well as every year for, inter alia, being placed before the State Council of Senior Citizens constituted under Rule 23. Rule 22 bracket 2 bracket close bracket Roman 1 bracket close 2 bracket Roman 10 bracket close, which has been extracted above, reveals that directions mentioned therein, for each police station, to maintain an up-to-date list of senior citizens living within their jurisdiction and focusing on those who are living by themselves. It also directs for a representative of the police station along with a social worker or volunteer to visit such senior citizens at regular intervals at least once a month. In case where a request is made by a senior citizen, then attend to the complaint and the problem as expressed by such a senior citizens with promptitude. Further, elaborations made therein would reveal that the work of the police, which was traditionally perceived as a law enforcement agency alone, is sought to be given a face lift by reinforcing the police authorities to function, behave and work as a friend of the public with a special emphasis for senior citizens. Having said that, this code does not find that there is any indication in any provision or rule which creates or confers special powers to take such action and pass an order of eviction against any third party or a person who may be living with the senior citizen or in the premises belonging to the senior citizen. The duties as provided in Rule 21 and Rule 22 is primarily for strengthening and securing the social fabric to provide a protected, stress-free environment for the senior citizen, and certainly not to create a forum or conferring special powers to evict any person irrespective of the right and obligation of such a party whose presence and possession may be adverse to that of a senior citizen.